in Dana Shores, we saw block after block that looked like this behind me, with furniture, kitchen equipment, and people's personal belongings piled up, all ruined from the storm. We met one homeowner who told me she was just in the middle of a kitchen remodel and had brand new floors put in, but the flooding from Helene was extensive and ruined it all.
You can see in the kitchen it's still leaking out from under the cabinets. So we know,
Oh, wow.
we don't know how much has to be repaired here, if they can save part of the cabinets or if they have to
Take the whole thing
take
out?
the whole thing out.
So you did have floor before you ripped it out?
Yeah, this was all beautiful vinyl planking floor. Yeah.
So now they have to redo the whole thing again?
They have to redo the whole thing again. They have to come in and cut up 24 inches to take all the damage out of here.
To make sure there's no mold?
That no mold will grow, which they call it, I guess, microorganisms or microbes or something.
Whatever that's called, right?
And then, like, all of this was brand new, and you can see they're all buckling.
Yeah, buckling. Yeah, I see the wood. Oh,
There.
yeah. And what about the fridge? Does it?
It's working right now, but what we're discovering is slowly the appliances are dying. So as he was sitting here and the water came in, he didn't know to throw the breakers before all this because he never thought it was going to get this high. So he was sitting talking to me and he goes, oh my gosh, I hear something crackling. And he runs into, I think it was that bedroom, and found like some Frontier equipment was on the ground, and he touched it and he got a little electrocuted, and he like jumped on the bed, and then he's like, I got to find a way to throw the breakers. So he ran out and threw the breakers.
Carr also says she believes the air conditioning unit, washer and dryer, refrigerator, and stove will all need to be replaced because of the flooding.
When some say they lost everything in Helene, they are not exaggerating. I'm Chad Mills in Hillsborough County, just north of the Alafia River, near Riverview and Progress Village, where so many neighbors are still figuring out how they'll move forward. Judy Butler's front yard is filled with generations of memories, and all she can do is cry.
It's heartbreaking. Sorry. I just don't know what to do.
She lives on Oak Street, a peninsula near Riverview and Gibsonton that juts out into the Alafia River. It was a street that had never flooded before, until Hurricane Helene.
Oh, it brings me to tears, scares me. I sit back and think maybe I should have did something different, you know, but I never thought it would happen.
Ring video from her home shows the surprise as inches of flooding became feet and ultimately had her waist deep in her own home.
Rescue hurricane party, huh?
Her son showed up in a John boat to rescue Butler, her daughter, and two grandkids from the living room window.
I was just panicking. We were all panicking, you know. We didn't know what to do. Never been in that situation before.
Butler is not alone on Oak Street. It seems most homes flooded, including Chuck and Sue's home.
I mean, there's a lot of pain in this. There really is a lot more pain than you see, and we're not that bad off. There are people that have lost their homes.
Luckily, theirs is two stories, but that doesn't take away the sting of losing tens of thousands of dollars worth of stuff downstairs.
It's not only the money, it's the loss of items, loss of Christmas decorations, loss of books, loss of all of her piano music.
Even though the neighbors we talked to plan to rebuild and stay here on Oak Street, a question remains. How will they find hope in a situation so hopeless?
All the memories are gone. You know, all my pictures, things that I've saved for years and years. There's nothing there. It's all gone.
The good news is this street, Oak Street, pretty close-knit. A lot of neighbors helping each other right now, but they tell me they will need FEMA's help too. In Hillsborough County, Chad Mills, ABC Action News.
FEMA is opening a disaster recovery center to help those affected by Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Debbie. It's at Hillsborough Community College at the Regent in Riverview. It's open 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. To help people in need throughout our community, Hillsborough County and the city of Tampa have 6 comfort stations for people who were impacted by Helene. 2 are in Tampa. The other 4 are spread out in Town and Country, Apollo Beach, and Ruskin. They'll open daily from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. We spoke to one man living in Tampa with his wife in her childhood home, and he says they didn't expect to end up with 4 inches of water in their house.
It was just unexpected and sudden. And when the water started coming in, it came in quick. It was like within a half hour, it was pouring in the house. We're throwing out things that she thought she was gonna be able to save, but you know, it's got a lot of emotional attachment, and we're having to throw it out because it's been ruined by salt water.
People heading to these comfort stations will be able to shower, have a warm meal, charge their phones or laptops, and wash their clothes. Now let's get a first check of your forecast with Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips. Dennis, will rain be a concern this week as people are trying to still clean up?
Yeah, Wendy, there's actually some rain out there right now. We've got some rain across Sarasota County, Hardy, DeSoto, and Highlands, and it is moving north. So, yeah, that's the last thing folks want to hear, but I do think some of these showers are going to be around in the morning as well. We've got just some tropical moisture building in. The rainy season should be ending by about now, but unfortunately, I do think we're going to be dodging some raindrops, not just tomorrow, but right on through the rest of the week. And then, of course, whatever's going on in the tropics, and we'll touch on that in just a minute. Otherwise, again, some showers tomorrow, but then a better chance in the afternoon and evening. Now, the heaviest rain will be inland, and that's a good thing. I do think coverage will be scattered in the afternoon on Wednesday and Thursday. But like I said, looking at the tropics, this won't bother anybody. This is the area that at the very least I think is going to bring a better chance of rain into the weekend. But will it be an organized system by then? We'll talk about that coming up in a couple of minutes.
I'm Julie Salomon in Weeki, Wachee Gardens. Homeowners are stuck cleaning up the mess left behind from Helene.
Everything was overturned and just floating around in here.
Mary Hoagland is a native Floridian, but this time around, Mother Nature's power surprised her.
Surprised, really, at first, because I didn't think it was going to be that deep. Okay, it was 4 foot high, and I didn't think it was going to be that deep, and so I was really surprised. I thought I had prepared.
She's lived in Weeki, Wachee Gardens since 2004. Her home is located near the Weeki Wachee River. Hurricane Helene flooded her house. Her boat floated away. She was able to find it later stuck on a fence. She also located some of her potted plants down the street.
If you live on the water, you have a chance at this happening, and you just understand that Mother Nature is really in control.
Neighbors Kathy Leapley and Rick O'Neill are cleaning up their weekend home, destroyed possessions dumped on the curb.
Exhausting, totally exhausting, because it's just us two trying to clean it up, and it's back-breaking work.
They had 5.5 feet of water in their house. The property has flooded twice in the past, and they've been there 10 years.
Oh, well, look at the pile. Everything. You name it. Walls, floors, cabinets, furniture, appliances, everything that was in the house, the electrical system, the brand new AC system that went in the last hurricane.
Feeding Tampa Bay and the United Way of Hernando County are offering water and assistance to those impacted by Helene. O'Neill says he's taking it one day at a time because the road ahead is likely long and exhausting. In Hernando County, Julie Salomon, ABC Action News.
Now to Pasco County. Here's a bird's eye view of conditions there from Action Air 1. Officials have now lifted the mandatory evacuation order for Zone A. People living in those areas are now able to return home. But Pasco County urges drivers to be cautious. The Pinellas County Sheriff's Office says the barrier islands will be reopened to the public starting tomorrow afternoon. But they warn most of the barrier islands still have no power, water, or sewer system. We spoke to people on Treasure Island today who are sifting through the destruction, hoping to salvage whatever they can. There are mounds of sand as well as personal belongings covering the area.
Those are memories you just can't get back. You know,
we lost probably like 90% of our furniture and clothes. We'll have to see what we can wash and all that.
Sick to my stomach, but I wasn't here I survived. I'm alive, and my neighbors are alive, and I'm very grateful for that.
Sheriff Bob Gualtieri sent out a message to the public that looters will be put in jail. The agency promising to have dozens of deputies on Gulf beaches from dusk to dawn, 7 days a week, to keep people and property safe. Bay Area cities are already seeing contractors going door to door, warning some may be preying on storm victims. Ahead, what to do so you don't get scammed. Plus, a former Buccaneer is raising funds for local animal shelters. How you can help while sampling food from Tampa's top restaurants. That's coming up.